Hey, it's Dominic here. I've decided to create a new type of content, which is basically just a video of me talking to a camera. But basically what I'm going to do is, break down different channels that we've been able to find that are succeeding in the YouTube Hub or the YouTube automation space. And we've posted inside of our YouTube Hub page in threads. So one of the channel is Wholeness. They are making videos about mythical creatures that are making over $4,000 in the last 28 days. So what I'm going to do in this video is basically breaking down their thumbnail and how you could replicate the same style that they've been able to, create their success with. So the thumbnail is simple. We will break it down in structure, the subjects, the font, this color scheme, and then the keywords, right? So let's talk about the structure. The structure is simple enough. It is a comparison style, and you can see right here, for example, this one. The left hand side is a creature that's sort of like a whale, and then on the right hand side is a bony skeletons, right? Representing reality, and one is myth. Now let's talk about the subject. The subject is obviously a mythical creatures that are, that looks kind of absurd and definitely is not rooted in reality. But that is the whole point, which is to use a subject that is bold and create curiosity. Right? The font is simple. The font is a sans serif font that is clear and it's clear and concise, and is used repeatedly throughout the thumbnails, right? To create consistency. That is what we want. We want to use a font that is recognizable, clear, and create consistency. Now the color scheme. You'll see that the channels use a cold color scheme as well as a sort of brown tone in the left hand side or the right hand side of the thumbnails, right? So on the left hand side, which is where the creatures is placed, they use a colder, darker tone to represent, that dark, atmospheric kind of feeling. And for the keywords, you can see the main keywords, which is myth, reality, and extinct, alive, right? That is the main keywords that they use, right? And in the title, you could also see mythical creatures, mythical creatures, mythical sea creatures, and 7 extinct animals. So that is the main keyword that you use. Now let's talk about how you could replicate the same thumbnail. All I did is I've went into ChatGPT and then just throw one of the thumbnail inside of ChatGPT and tell it to replicate or recreate this thumbnail, but use a different subject. So for example, in my case, I tell it to add a dinosaur instead of a mammoth. And here's what it came up with, which is pretty decent. And I think that this one is ready to go. You can just use this right away. Another way you could do it is manually creating the mythical creatures and then tell it to create a skeleton version of that mythical creatures, like a modern day archaeologist finding, right? And so with this 2 image, you could just basically throw it inside of Canva or something, add a little bit of filter, making the creatures black and white, and then add text, right? Let me open up the layer so you can see it. A text, and then add a dark line in between the image and an arrow. That is basically it. Let me make the arrow a little bit bigger, so you can see here. That is very simple, and that's how you recreate this kind of thumbnail style. Yep, that's it.